There are places you recognize instantly, and others you feel before you even arrive. Mont Saint-Michel is one of those places. Rising in the middle of a vast bay, between sky and sea, it almost feels unreal. And yet, this place has existed for over 1,000 years. Today, I'm taking you to explore one of France's most iconic wonders. Before you even enter, you have to approach it. For centuries, Mont Saint-Michel was a true island, only accessible at low tide. Today, a bridge makes it easy to reach, but the feeling is still the same. The closer you get, the bigger it feels. And very quickly, you realize something. This place was never meant to be easy to access. In the Middle Ages, pilgrims would cross the bay on foot, sometimes risking their lives. Because here, the tides are among the fastest in Europe. They say they rise as fast as a galloping horse. Passing through the gates feels like stepping into another time. The streets are narrow, the stones are ancient, and everything seems frozen in history. The village developed during the Middle Ages, mainly to welcome pilgrims coming from all over Europe. At its peak, Mont Saint-Michel was one of the most important pilgrimage sites in the Western world. But today, it's also very touristic. Shops, restaurants, crowds everywhere. And yet, if you take the time to look up, you'll still notice the details of the past. Before heading to the top, there's a detour that's absolutely worth it. The ramparts. Walking around the Mont, you gain perspective. You see the bigger picture. On one side, the bay stretches endlessly. On the other, the stone walls tell centuries of history. These fortifications were reinforced during the 100 Years' War, turning the Mont into a true defensive stronghold. And as you walk here, you understand why it was so hard to conquer. The wind, the sound of seagulls, the vast horizon. This is probably one of the best places to truly feel the power of this place. To reach the top, you have to climb. Again and again. And the higher you go, the quieter it becomes. The Abbey of Mont Saint-Michel was first built in the 8th century. After, according to legend, the Archangel Michael appeared to a local bishop. Building here, on a simple rock, was an incredible challenge. And yet, over the centuries, builders managed to create this architectural masterpiece. A mix of Romanesque and Gothic styles, standing at the very top of the Mont. Once inside the Abbey, everything changes. The noise disappears. The stone walls absorb everything. For centuries, monks lived here in isolation, following a life of silence and prayer. Some rooms feel massive, almost austere. Others, like the cloister, are incredibly delicate. Built at the very top of the rock, open to the sky, it almost feels unreal. It's easy to forget how complex it was to build this, because everything here was constructed in extreme conditions at a time when resources were limited. And yet, it's still standing today, over 1,000 years later. A perfect balance between simplicity, strength, and harmony. And then, you reach the top, and everything changes. The view opens up over the bay. Vast, almost endless. In that moment, Mont Saint-Michel becomes what it has always been, an isolated place, a place apart. During the 100 Years' War, the Mont was never conquered by the English. Its position, combined with natural defenses, made it nearly impossible to capture. But the real power of this place is not just its architecture, it's its environment. Here, the landscape is constantly changing. The sea disappears and then comes back, transforming the entire bay. For centuries, these tides protected the Mont from invasions. But they also trapped many careless visitors. And then, night falls. The tourists leave, the silence returns. The street's empty. The lights come on. And for the first time, you can truly feel the atmosphere of the place. This might be when Mont Saint-Michel feels the most magical. Mont Saint-Michel is not just a monument. It's a living place, a place that changes with the light, the tides, and the time of day. Between history, nature, and architecture, it has stood the test of time without ever losing its mystery. And in the end, it's not just about what you see here. It's about what you feel. If you enjoy discovering places like this, subscribe. There's a lot more to come.